This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, it is just about 6:53. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles has details on a COVID-19 summer surge.
Yeah, we'll have some chilly starts to the week. Mark Peterson has your forecast just ahead.
Today's the first day of school for lots of students. Bronte Sorotsky live with what you need to know to get your kids ready to be dropped off.
But let's get right to some breaking news here. Moscow police officers received a report of shots fired in the area of South Almond Street at around 2 o'clock this morning. Captain Anthony Dollinger confirmed with 4 News Now that officers heard multiple gunshots when they arrived. Police believe there is a lone shooter barricaded inside his home, and they are attempting to take that man into custody. You're advised to avoid the area, and anyone who lives nearby is asked to shelter in place.
Well, it's a big day for Spokane Public Schools. The first day of school, and they will be welcoming 2 brand new buildings. The first one behind me, Carla Pepperzak Middle School, named after Carla Pepperzak, a Holocaust survivor. Second school will be Sacagawea Middle School. Both new schools have garnered excitement from students, teachers, and families throughout the district. Later today, there will be a ribbon cutting for both schools, and 4 News Now will be there to show you everything. Reporting live in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
New school bus services will hit the streets of Spokane this morning. Parents and students will use a new app. The general manager of the school bus operation, Zoom Services, says with the app, parents can track their child's real-time location from the moment they leave home to the time they get picked up by the bus. Zoom's app will also have information about bus drivers. Students will tap their Zoom cards when they get on the bus, and if students forget their cards, drivers can still add their information for them.
Yeah, with classes starting today, that meant some parents spent their Labor Day searching for last-minute school supplies, but instead of completing their checklist, many parents were confronted with this: bare store shelves. The back-to-school section of the South Hill Target, one of the many places running low on essentials. There were plenty of glue sticks, but pens were limited, just a few highlighters left, but we found Office Depot still had pretty much everything in stock, including pens, pencils, backpacks, and more. Walmart also, we found, had a good amount of supplies.
It's not just parents spending more money on school supplies. Reports showing teachers are also digging deeper to meet their classroom needs. That is according to the National Education Association, which is the largest teachers union in the United States. It estimates that during this academic year, teachers will spend $800 or more of their own money for their classrooms.
Something important to be aware of as thousands of kids head back to school today is to be safe on the roads, especially in school zones. Spokane police say that means slowing down to 20 miles per hour in those school zones and being aware of people trying to cross the street. They'll have officers checking for people following these rules, and you could face up to a $145 ticket for not following these safety rules.
When it comes to the first alert weather, and that first day of school could be a chilly walk to school or waiting on the school bus, but the air quality is great. We're going to see highs stay into the mid-70s, but as you head out the door, temperatures around 50 degrees for the most part, so just be prepared for that. We look at today's weather, yeah, low 50s. That's going to be for the next couple of hours, and then we're slowly going to warm up. The afternoon, though, mid-70s, going to be beautiful.
First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. The First Lady's diagnosis comes amid a COVID summer surge, with hospitalizations and deaths up nearly 20% in recent weeks, along with a new variant detected in several different states. A new round of booster shots is expected later on this month, but we do not know how well they will protect against the new variant that has been identified in at least 5 states. And with millions of kids heading back to school, the surge could grow. Some healthcare facilities in New York and California have reinstated mask mandates as a precaution.
As authorities in India prepare for the G20 meeting, security is ramping up. All online deliveries from restaurants, food services, and markets, even from commercial sites like Amazon, are being banned for the duration of the summit. Authorities say they cannot allow the activity in the designated controlled zone for the G20, where leaders including India Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Biden will be meeting. The G20 summit takes place September 9th and 10th.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, the latest on the giant statue of the man set on fire in the Nevada desert, signaling the end of the Burning Man Festival, which became a muddy trap for tens of thousands of people.
Post Falls celebrated local union workers at the annual Labor Day picnic. Members of more than 20 different unions from North Idaho and Eastern Washington were there. The picnic is a time for members and families to catch up with fellow union members who they may have worked with in the past. The president of the North Idaho Central Labor Council says it's important not to forget the roots of Labor Day and what we have because of unions.